Yeah, and speaking of games that are fun, Rivals of Aether. How long have like one thing I will note, right? This is the ACS Season 2 finals, right?
Yeah.
Around how long have some of these players been playing, right? Because I, for example, have played since 2018, right? Which I know for some people is quite a long time. That's 4 years. But when you compare me to some of the old heads, like for example SNC or MSB, some of those players who played since early access, that's 2015. That's about
it's been
7
a long
years.
time. It's kind of scary to think how how old the game is. But in terms of these players, most of these are relatively new. I mean, Coach Hot Wheels has been around for more than a year. But we are looking at some of our older players. Dot's been around since around early 2021-ish. Batt, similar story. So, we've seen most of them have been here for about a year or so. Lichgo is actually also on the more recent end. He actually came in at about just before the first Amis started. And same thing with Darkball. All of these players have actually been here during the first season of amateurs, but only... Oh, Batt wasn't. Okay. Sorry, my bad. It was after this. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so Batt's even more new.
And now sitting in winners finals.
Winners finals, because I was about to say it's rather interesting that the two players that were in the championship for the first season are actually currently in losers finals, being Lichgo and Darkbot.
Wow. I mean, like, it's a huge thing to really know just how far people really have come, because every single year people just get better and better at this game, whether it be due to picking up new things, like developing new things, or just picking up what's already there and then just refining it. Like even in North America, right? We see the rise of players like Soul Rifle, where all of a sudden we have players who are able to go toe-to-toe with Penguin, with Cake Assault, right? We have things like that over here, right? Where players like Batt came in after during season 2, incredibly strong players.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's just those things. I mean, like, take a look at Brendan Spy himself, over the past year, has really risen through the ranks and is now easily one of the best in Australia, contended by Xenix.
Yeah, I mean, I love me some rendered Spy. Man, hops by some of my streams every now and then.
Oh yeah.
And we'll just play around with some incredibly laggy yet stable games. I love playing West Coast to Australia ping.
Oh, well, finally good to go. All right. Okay, part of the replays. All right, so we'll go through just the set as it goes and see what happens.
Alright, and we'll just go bit by bit, and right now we're gonna be starting off with Superdot versus Batt on Jules Vale. Alright, and I know that certain regions really like specific starters, and Jules Vale seems to be the favorite of North America. Would you say that's the same here?
Oh, definitely for the amateurs. You see this almost every competition. This is an expected. I actually believe it's one of the most played stages in the series.
Yeah, I mean, right now, either way, this match is going about as we had anticipated, right? Where Claren can absolutely continue to keep Shovel Knight at bay, and Espas just trying to find some way in, some way to get past these down tilts, these F tilts, and Superdot with the side B going to put Espas in a rough situation. 112 on the Shovel Knight, down strong, doesn't get the pivot.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Espat continually using side B to try and contain Claren's range here. It's definitely very hard to get him with a few shorter range moves, but side B, we've seen him use it anyway, but here I feel like it's going to be an invaluable tool, especially without relics.
Yeah, and right now, Superdot's just struggling with trying to find a way how to seal out this kill. Beautiful parry from Espat, but the Dare S-Strong going to be able to seal things out. And right now, Espat in a lot of trouble, but should be able to see out this stock really soon. Full parry, down strong, like not quite going to take it just yet.
Very nice DI to actually survive that. At first I thought Dot wouldn't be able to DI that. It's not a very known move, as I said before. Shovel Knight isn't a very known character. So DI that correctly and survive at a higher percent is quite impressive from Dot.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell Dot's been studying, but right now, Espat just gets a lot of time to really look at what recovery options Dot is going for. Right now, up strong, Dynamo Mail is on deck, and most Shovel Knights, this would be their mid game. This would be, there's still, you know, more things to go for after this, but as far as Espat's concerned, this is essentially full build.
I mean, we're going to see a lot more air gameplay from both players here. Dot's going to be trying to avoid the downers just like that. Just simply because Batt suddenly becomes so much more dangerous as soon as the Dynamo Mail is online. And as soon as that happens, that's, again, where you start to see stocks closed out very, very quickly.
And down strong, not going to connect just yet, but the
oh, very nice
after
up smash.
The up tilt will. Yeah, I mean, those untippered up tilts are something you have to pay so much attention to. If you're the Claren player and you land a non-tippered up tilt, you can lead into essentially imagination there. Up strong's always on the table.
And Dot's no stranger to coming up with things on the spot and creating sideshows, sparks flying throughout the sky. Just from, you know, moves that don't seem that should connect
oh my
to
God.
suddenly having moves like that.
Yeah, and beautifully just backing off at the right moment where Espat's looking for those reversals, right? We noted before that if Dot drops a combo, it could be very, very terrible, as Espat has incredibly strong reversals, but Dot right now is just dancing beautifully around those, doesn't get the F strong in time.
Yeah, not quite enough space for Espat to really create a lot of pressure here. Just the long open platform is really... Currently, Dot's using it as his own little playground. So much range to play with that, as we've mentioned many times, Shovel Knight doesn't have the comfort of.
Yeah, but... Oh, going to be able to pick up the Ghost Gloves now. Espat picking up another relic, but is he going to get a chance to use it?
Oh.
Only time will tell. Oh, this could be bad!
Oh. Just saving it.
Incredibly clutch tech. I mean, if Dot didn't tech there, that was essentially it. I do believe that that was a use of the wall jump a little bit early too. Down strong, gonna do it. And oh my lord, I mean, that was almost a tragic end to game one, but SuperDot's going to continue to just rack up that damage, rack up those kills, and rack up those games.
That is currently the first game under SuperDot's belt, which is going to be very strong, especially when you consider that Espat is a player who tends to adapt over a few games. You know, it'll be the first few games that are rough, and after that it becomes so hard to break through such a strong barrier. So taking those early games is going to be really, really essential for this set.
Yeah, I mean, right now, it's also a good question as to, you know, what exactly is it that you want to go to next? Right? If you're Batt right now, you are struggling with finding a way in, right? Because this Claren is just dancing circles around you. You know, SuperDot is just so good with the movement, just moving exactly where it is that's needed of him and exactly when it's needed of him.
Oh, exactly. And I mean, the other thing though that we have to consider, if there's more platforms coming in, not only does Dot's movement increase, but Batt suddenly, he has options to approach. Suddenly you don't need as much range because you can just do your own little dance. Just try and whiff punish Claren, and it becomes so much easier when there's more space for you to work around above the Claren.
All right, and next we are going to be moving on to Spirit Tree, which is honestly a very peculiar pick from Batt here. I mean, this is actually one of Claren's better stages, but it's not like Shovel Knight can't get anything out of it, right? Spirit Tree with the incredibly close side blast zones is something that if you find yourself getting hit by a Shovel Knight forward air, you're in so much trouble.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially with the reverse uppies that you yourself mentioned earlier, that can catch you out right here. These smaller blast zones is where they're going to become most effective.
Yeah, and right now we can see Batt's just forcing SuperDot to stay a little bit closer. That's strong, going to be able to send Dot off the side here. Down strong. Once again, just racking up a lot of this early damage, just trying to get a lot of these multi-hits in for that Dynamo Mail. But the first kill actually going straight over to Batt. It's actually a lot earlier than anticipated.
I just don't think Dot was quite expecting, you know, that barely nipped Claren. The hitboxes barely meshing together. And that, I mean, that, you're not ready to PI.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, Dot, a lot of trouble here. You know, needs to find a way how to seal out this kill. And SuperDot, has been struggling to actually seal out the kills. You know, once he's got the lead, it's very simple to hold on to it, but finally sealing it out. But Dynamo Mail on board for Batt here.
Yeah, especially with such a strong like need to hit tippers on Claren, and especially at the high percent, if you're not as comfortable with the way the trajectory sends, it suddenly becomes a lot harder to create a good chain. But if you're not ready to DI moves either, just like that, an up smash will take Dot's second stock, and we're seeing a full stock advantage here from Batt.
Yeah, and a whiff on the jab straight into the dash attack parry, as SuperDot now in a lot of trouble. Side B over to stage, good dare spike. Batt in a lot of trouble here, not going to go down just yet. And SuperDot just trying to rack up as much damage as possible in order to lead into that kill. Forward Strong not going to do it. No tippers just yet. This is one of those stages where while Claren does well on them, you have to know the exact positions to look for these tippers.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're seeing a lot of juggling here from Dot, just trying to get Batt into a position where the tippers will kill as well. Just not quite getting it there, just not quite comfortable
Up
with...
Strong not quite going to do it.
Yeah, an odd trade though.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is right now, if you're Batt, you're just having the time of your life, no double jump, but no problem. That's 89% on the final stock for SuperDot here. Up Strong not going to connect just yet. Still looking for some kind of looking for some kind of combo. You know, not looking for another relic here. The fishing line's going to do it? Not quite.
Beautiful tech there from Dog just to survive that. I mean, Batt immediately looked for another thing, going for the gloves, and I was expecting a up B reversal, but not quite getting the tech on the smash attack, and that will be it. Batt taking the third stock on Spirit Tree for the second game, currently tied up 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, that F Strong not ready to tech just yet, as SuperDot going to be going down there. But Batt and SuperDot now going over to yet another incredibly different stage. These are very, very different stage picks for both of these players. Merchant Port on the table, and we can see so many movement options for SuperDot here. One thing I want to note, right? SuperDot's movement has been so incredibly powerful. Right, you know, we've been seeing a lot of these plat boosts, a lot of these baby dashes even, that I don't see from a lot of Claren players. In the meantime, Batt is particularly happy to just move wherever he wants in the moment without using some crazy tech.
Yeah, just putting himself in a position where he knows that he's going to be able to convert something off of it. Dot sometimes will keep the movement going, because especially with a character like Shovel Knight, you don't want to be caught off by straight hits. So keeping yourself unexpected as to where you are, and then as well, being able to convert off those moves can be really, really strong. But yeah, Batt just trying to keep himself, you know, grounded, just comfortable where he is. Down Strong not quite able to take it, but the side B and dropped, and now it's converting over. Actually, never mind. It's a bit of a juggle.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that we've mentioned time and time again, right? SuperDot's so good at getting those damage points in. That lead really, really strong for him right now. And now that has to just run in towards SuperDot, it's a question of how much extra credit really can SuperDot get out of this stock lead.
It's now Batt's game of catch up, and Dot's making the most of it as he can, now up to 68%. Dot just putting so much pressure off stage. Batt not able to find an option to even it up, but even then Dot is comfortable going into his next stock, knowing he has over 100% at this point. Just so much pressure.
Up Strong, not quite gonna go for it just yet, but you can see that SuperDot's in such a good position. You know, just batting away Batt time and time again. Batt this time not even electing to go for the edge guard, just looking with the back airs to try to get a little bit more gold to afford that Dynamo Mail. All right, 1,600, that's exactly the number we've been looking for. Here it is. That is coming online. 136% doesn't go for the side B as the parry punish. Right now, SuperDot's got so much time to work with.
I mean, but that will then be Dot's first stock, getting the F smash, reading the side B perfectly, and how much distance Dot will go. But unfortunately, too much distance to the blast zone.
And right now, we can see Batt coming alive as now it's SuperDot's turn to try to approach, to try to get these kills. F Strong in neutral going to be able to do it.
Yeah, sometimes that's all you need, just that little surprise strong attack will be enough to take it. And just like that, SBAT's own strong attack will send Dot off stage. Not able to quite convert off it though, but it was looking terrifying for a couple of seconds there.
Yeah, but one thing's for certain, you know, Batt's not going to go away easily, right? You know, this Shovel Knight has been bringing out such incredible combos, and you just have to be so wary, right? 55% on the Shovel Knight, but we all know that Shovel Knight can live for way longer than you're anticipating.
Especially, I mean, there is no heavier mail online at the moment, but the Dynamo mail can do just as much work. Unfortunately, not quite going to connect, and suddenly we're in a bit of a stalemate here. Again, Dot's going to his next stock, knowing that there will be over 100% lead, but a very nice wait from SBAT, understanding that Dot was ready to parry that, and then just converting that. That's kind of what he needs right now to be able to bring this game back.
Yeah, and that no fun zone, perfect timing for SuperDot here. Down tilt, not gonna connect into what was needed, but the F Strong will.
Very nice.
One more game for SuperDot could steal out this set right now.
Only one more, and then sending Batt into losers finals. That, I mean, I can tell you from experience, you don't want to be facing that man in losers. It's an intimidating thing to go up against. But right now, Dot is looking at securing his place in grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, Batt's in a lot of trouble here. Oh my god, the reverse dare straight off the bat, and Batt is hurting quite a bit. You know, one of the things about Tower of Heaven is that the triplats are so good for Clarin movement. Same thing with how Merchant Port was. So you have to ask yourself, you know, just how comfortable is Batt in this scenario?
I mean, it's very difficult, especially when you got a movement machine like Dot to be able to combat that, know where he's going to be, know exactly what he's going to pull out next, because all of a sudden, you know, he's above you, he's below you, he's to your left, he's to your right, and then suddenly, he's taking your stock.
Yeah, I mean, right now it seems that that's the exact nightmare that's unfolding for us right now, as SuperDot's just trying to find some way how to rack up damage without losing this stock, but Batt has the opening. We talked about these before. Right now, Batt now in a lot of trouble. Off stage, the downer doesn't connect though, and Dot's with the side beat just straight into the thick of things.
Definitely a little bit difficult here. Dot needs to try and find the stock. So much work has been put in, but suddenly he's, once again, we're seeing those high percents. Just Dot not able to find the kill just yet, but any second now, with his movement and with his positioning, we will see a strong attack come out. But actually, it's from Batt that will take it with the up smash, taking it from Dot, and now Dynamo Mail is online with Dot a stock down. This is where it starts to get very intimidating.
Oh, beautiful parry too. I mean, it's amazing that we're still seeing stuff like dash attack into up strong, something that's you'd anticipate from seeing from a momentum mail combo, but oh my lord, Batt is cooking up something fierce with the Dynamo mail. This is the reason why he always pulls it out. He's so familiar with it, so used to doing anything in the playbook because he wrote it himself. But right now, with 79% of extra credit on SuperDot, that's looking to try to take this game and this set all the way to Game 5.
I mean, as you said, just that comfortability with the armor itself is what can make it, and you don't need the classics. You can make your own story here, and SBAT is currently making the armor work to perfection. And we see those side B jump cancels coming out from Batt here. Just going to try to control as much space as possible, right? SuperDot has all of the universal movement down, but Batt has the Shovel Knight movement down to a T. Moves exactly where it is that he wants, whenever it is that he wants, with 2,000 gold on the board as well. Ghost Gloves are a possibility. I do think it's quite interesting that Batt has been opting to buy Ghost Gloves in this set, but hasn't used it a single time. Yes, I do believe that the availability isn't as open to Batt. Like, you know, Relics, as you mentioned earlier, it doesn't seem too common from him, so it might just be, unlike the armor, just that lack of comfortability using his fists to get the work done. but very, very nearly taking it with the up B towards the bottom. That could have been very explosive. I do believe that would have been a side B in the wrong direction or just a misread on where Batt was exactly going. Either way, Dot is trying to put in as much pressure, playing it very, very safe, trying to find that stray smash attack and try and take this stock, because there's a lot of work that needs to be done, but the F smash from SBAT will be enough to take it as a whiff punish off the right side of the stage.
And just like that, SBAT going to be able to take us to game number 5. Both of these players playing out of their minds right now. Just, you can see exactly how they're adjusting to each other bit by bit. It's such an incredibly close set. And one thing to note, once again, up until this point, SBAT had dropped 1 game to Lichgo. And the fact that we can see right now from SuperDot that SBAT is completely mortal is something that's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, it just shows the individual strength of each player here. I mean, against a set against Dot and Lichgo, it's going to go very differently. But here, of course, because Shovel Knight is such an interesting and unique character, you get so many different interactions within the matchups, and they're so interesting to watch, especially with a speed demon like Dot.
All right, and now we're going over to the final game of this set in Forest Floor. Now, Forest Floor, one of those stages that has a very deceptively small blast zones, right? You know, that ceiling, those sides are a lot closer than you might anticipate, right? And those platforms are so good for movement once again, right? We haven't gone to any of these stages where platforms set up for more awkward movement positions. We know both of these players love to move around these platforms. SuperDot loving how this game is starting.
It's very interesting, like already, especially after the results of the last game. Dot in neutral is being much more passive with the movement, like, you know, still using the movement as much as he can, but staying that little bit further back, not getting in too close, not risking losing an interaction, because we've seen many times how that can be converted with a beautiful reverse up B from Batt. But there we go,
and the up
immediately.
Oh my lord, both of these players just going toe-to-toe, immediately dropping a stock off of each other at less than a minute into the game.
I mean, both these players know exactly what they want to do, where they want to be at this point. We're in game 5, we've had 4 games to figure each other out, and I think they've got it both down to a T.
Yeah, I mean, we see so much side B movement coming out from Batt here. Dot not quite ready. We saw a little bit of ways how to dodge out from it early on. Side Bs starting to land, right? You know, from both of these players. And Dot with that dare is going to be able to take the stock. Right, and right now, full stock up. How does Batt respond? Still no Dynamo Mail.
Nothing yet. We see the enough money, and here we are. It comes out right now. That is ready to make this ball rolling, because that's what he needs right now. It's game 5. There are no more safety nets for either player. You need to find these stocks quick, and you need to find them effectively.
Up strong, not quite gonna get the sweet spot.
Oh,
Beautiful
but there
parry.
we go.
0%, both players, last stock, last game of the set of winners finals. You could not ask for a more even match, and right now Dot is in the lead with only 10% though. You cannot call that a substantial lead.
Oh, definitely not. And now, again, now we're back to nearly even. Both players just trading a few hits there, getting used to the DI, but also a little bit of nerves would be coming in right about now. Just that you want the guarantee that you're going to find a combo here. You want to guarantee the kill options are there, but that can lead you to drop the combos that lead to them. But Dot right now, pushing him right off stage. SBAT gets straight back, but the movement from Dot keeps coming and the pressure is ever mounting.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me that even in this position, Dot's always going for these insanely tight ledge dashes, and it's just absolutely insane that how consistent these players are with these movement options. 98% on Dot, 86% on Batt. Any opening could end up leading into a kill on a stage like this.
Oh, absolutely. And right now, Batt is off stage, 8% lower. Dot's just waiting. Won't be able to find the forward strong, but there we go! The up strong will take it. The final stock, the final game of winners finals, and that will be Dot taking the victory here over SBAT, moving on to grand finals.
Oh my lord, and you could not have asked for a better set to rocket us into Grands here, as Superdot going to be sitting comfortably on that winner side. Probably going to be able to take a few extra deep breaths to calm down his heart after that one, because I know mine's already pumping.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
oh my lord, I
Commentators'
would love to
sidelines.
see. I would love to see Batt come back into these grand finals, but we had to see how losers semis goes first to really see how things end up.
I mean, to see a match like that and now to go into losers finals, I'm not expecting any less of a showing from both Lichko and Darkbot, both very well known and both very much ready to take this to the losers finals.